What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk channel. We discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So today's episode, I'm going to discuss the power of fasting. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out, give you leverage to better yourselves. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. So let's get into it. So the power of fasting. So there's a couple of ways to fast, and I'm not going to discuss spiritual fasting in this video. I think I will do a separate video when it comes to that. Probably title it the power of fasting and prayer. You have to do both at the same time, because that's the only way it's going to be effective for you. But what I'm talking about is just normal, food fasting, right? As far as denying yourself a drink and food, or you're cutting down on certain things, or you're only eating it during a certain time of the day. So I did this a couple years ago when I had first retired from the Army. My wife called it happy weight. So I had started gaining weight a little bit within the last couple of years of me being in. I think my metabolism started to fail me because I was a rail. Probably the first 10 years of my career, if not longer than that. Like, I could not gain weight at all. I could eat whatever I wanted to. Didn't matter whether it was candy, fast food, you name it. I couldn't gain weight for nothing. And it was frustrating because I'm like, I'm in the Army. I'm cut, because I'm always working out. I'm always, lifting heavy weights. I'm always running. But I cannot bulk up for the life of me. And it didn't matter what I did, even taking protein shakes, all of that. Like I could not gain weight. And then the last 3 or 4 years I was in, I could barely fit my my dress uniform by the time I retired. Like I started cutting down on food because I'm like, something's going on here. I'm not keeping weight off like I normally would, as far as eating my regular eating habits. I'm actually gaining weight here. After I left the Army, I was still working out to a certain degree, but I really did cut down a lot. I'm not even gonna front. And I would say within a year, I gained almost 30 pounds. And I'm like, man, this is crazy. I could feel the weight, and it wasn't a good look at all. And I'm like, yeah, I gotta do a change here. Like, this is not right. Like, I'm almost 200 pounds here. Like, that's not a good weight for me. So my wife had started doing this herself, I think a year before me. And I went back and I asked her, how she did it and all these other things. I mean, I knew she was fasting, but I really didn't pay too much attention to it, honestly. But she explained what she did. And then also, I made a video about this before, as far as how to eat according to your blood type. So she was doing it as well. So I did both of those. I did the fasting, and I did the eating according to your blood type. And I lost 30 pounds, even more. So right now I'm teeter-tottering back and forth between my max weight that I would normally need to have if I was in the military, and then I'm like, normally I'm about 5 or 10 pounds over. That's a good weight for me. I'm not considered obese, to a certain degree. So, I'm good to go. And plus, I always work out. I could feel myself getting stronger. I could feel myself feeling healthier when I was fasting. And what I did basically was I did 6 hours of eating and 18 hours of not eating anything. It didn't matter what type of day it was. If I wanted water, I would drink water. So I wasn't fasting from water, but I was fasting from food. So from let me see, I started eating at 3 p.m. and I didn't finish until I finished around 9. So anything after 9, it was, if I missed dinner, then so be it. I just didn't eat. And there was a couple of days like that too, that I only ate just one time. And what I would tell you is that just actually wrapping this video up to a certain degree. When you deny yourself anything, it's very powering for you, but it takes a lot of discipline. It really does. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, just do an experiment with yourself, as far as like not necessarily fasting, but like just try to deny yourself a certain food for a certain period of time. Would it be a couple hours, couple days, and see how hard it is, how hard it is for you to deny yourself that. And it's going to reveal a lot of things about your health when you do this, because if you're pre-diabetic or you like, you know, you crave sugar a lot, you're gonna feel the effects of it, because you're gonna wind up having withdrawals when it comes to sugar. Just understand that when you eat bread is a starch which breaks down into sugar. So if you deny yourself bread, you're gonna wind up feeling the results of that. If you're a coffee drinker and you need coffee to, you know, to sustain yourself when you first wake up in the morning, deny yourself the caffeine, you can start feeling that. But all it is just, even though you may feel bad, all it is just your body detoxing itself, right? It's getting all those impurities out. And the human body is just, it's an amazing thing. When you fast, I mean, you're literally like, you're tapping into something in your body that is untapped when you eat food. That's real talk, you know what I'm saying? Like when you deny yourself food and you actually fast and you actually don't bring in nutrients and you let your body produce its own energy based off of what you already had in your body. I mean, people can literally heal themselves doing this stuff. Like seriously, I ain't gonna front. Like if you're a person that has cancer, Lord forbid, you know, God bless you. You know, I pray that that God dries that cancer up in the name of Jesus. But you know, if you're a person that has cancer right now, I'm telling you, the best thing you can do, honestly, is fast. Like seriously, fast and eat a whole bunch of fruit, that has antioxidants in it. Hard to pronounce that word, but you know, it just, you know, you can literally heal your own self. You really can, you know. And I'm like I said, I'm not trying to get this into like a spiritual thing on this video. I'll delve more into that into another video. But fasting is very powerful. It really is. And if you're a person that's really struggling with weight, fasting is going to be one of the, I mean, I'm not going to say one of the easiest things to do, because fasting is not hard. It's not easy, especially if you're a person that like, you're really, you know, into food. No disrespect, you know, but there's some folks that like, you know, that's their comfort, that's their enjoyment is food. And when you fast and you deny yourself food, I mean, it can be traumatizing to a certain degree. But if you're able to stick with it, you know, it's nothing like the power of fasting. What I would say is, with anything, when it comes to like quitting something or like cutting back on anything, give it about 72 hours, right? So if you start fasting and you know you're gonna start feeling a little bit bad or whatever, and I'm saying, just give yourself maybe like at least about 2 or 3 days, 72 hours. More than likely by that third day you should be fine. You know, I mean, of course you're still gonna feel the withdrawal, you can still feel yourself denying food, but it's not gonna be as intense as it was the first day, the second day, the third day. That's what happened when I actually quit smoking cigarettes. You know, those first 2 or 3 days was horrible, but like by the time I got to the 4th day, I was fine, right? I mean, the craving was still there to a certain degree, but it was like less than 20%. But when I actually was trying to do it initially, it was like 200% that I was trying to have a cigarette, but you know, I denied myself. And that's what fasting is all about, denying yourself. And summertime right now, it's June of 2024. It's hot out here, sweating right now. And you know, fasting is just one of the things that we need to do to better ourselves, especially when it comes to our physical body. So let's start fasting, y'all. The power of fasting is very powerful. Let's go ahead and do that, all right? So if you want me to discuss a topic that you think is beneficial to the channel or to yourself, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Finding Fitness and Folk, Triple F, I'm gone.